Well, joining us for this Christmas edition of the entertainment panel is Abby St. John. Of course, this is probably the last panel of 2020 as we will not be on the air on the next couple of Fridays here with it being Christmas next week. We thought we'd talk about Christmas movies and some movies to maybe watch with the family this year. We're going to start with some live action ones, Abby. Just some suggestions in your mind that some families should watch together this season.
Yes, I think starting off with an absolute classic, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the 2000 version with Jim Carrey, of course. It has always been my favorite Christmas movie. I think back when I don't even know how old I was. My birthday lands in June. We went out for dinner, said that it was my birthday at Eastside Mario's, remembering when that was a place and a thing. And they gave me a VHS version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey version. One, I thought that was weird considering my birthday was in June, but I loved it. I thought it was incredible that I got a movie and it happened to be one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's a great movie for the whole family to watch. It's funny, it's entertaining, and of course, it's based off of an amazing story as well. So definitely something that a lot of families probably have already watched, and maybe it's a tradition that you watch it every year, but that's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, and of course, some of the other classics, A Christmas Story as well as Christmas Vacation. I know Christmas Vacation is one of very popular one in my house. Even Love Actually as well. That's also a very popular one. But of course, there's a lot of great live action ones, but now there's also the great cartoon ones. There's tons I can name off. Charlie Brown Christmas is one. Even though it's not technically a movie, there's a few of those iterations that are really, really good. And of course, there was an animated Grinch that came out 2 years ago, Abby. So some other there are just a lot of those holiday classics are just built for animation, and we do see that in recent years.
Yes, yes, something that's always been very close to my family, especially my sister. This is her favorite Christmas movie. But The Polar Express has always been a very special Christmas movie that we, as my family, have always watched. Like I mentioned, it's my sister's favorite movie, so of course we always watch it every single year. It's just an amazing movie, just teaching kids not to lose the spirit of Christmas as they grow older. And Tom Hanks, he's an amazing actor. So it's just an all-around great movie, and it is happening to be played at the May Cinema this weekend. So that's very exciting if you want to get out and go. Saturday, they are having a whole swing of Christmas movies, and Sunday as well, How the Grinch Stole Christmas and The Polar Express will be on Saturday, and then A Christmas Story, and then the 2018 version of The Grinch and White Christmas from 1954 will also be playing on Sunday. So that's very exciting to have some Christmas movies. If you don't feel like sticking at home for an evening or the afternoon, you can go out and bring your kids and enjoy a fun Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's kind of fun for some of those parents to show some of the movies that were popular when they were kids. I know It's a Wonderful Life has been one that's been mentioned in my house as well, Miracle on 34th Street, and which is oddly enough, as I mentioned before, Love Actually as well. Just some other ones. I know there's also some really interesting TV specials as well that are around the time. I've talked about Charlie Brown before. One that really sticks out to me was the, I Want a Dog for Christmas, Charlie Brown, which is a little bit kind of modernized in a bit. It features the little brother of Linus and Lucy there. So are there any TV ones that kind of stand out to you, or any episodes of some shows that kind of stick out to you that you really enjoyed, mainly in the holiday aspect there?
Not so much, I guess, TV shows, but they always played the original cartoon version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and that was always the ones that my teachers would play at school on the last day before we went for Christmas break. And it's definitely a shorter story than the 2000 version, and I think that's an amazing version to watch, especially if you have younger kids who don't have that big of an attention span. I know that was perfect for me when I was a child, but it's also just a big classic that you can never go wrong with going back to. So I think that's one that it's always played on CBC. So I always just throw it on. It's always just a quick little short movie to watch, and I think that's a perfect one if you don't have a big attention span. But on the point of TV shows, I never really watched any really Christmas specials or anything like that. Mostly just the movies.
Yeah, and of course, for me, one TV episode that really stands out to me, and it's always been my favorite since I was a kid, was Arthur's Perfect Christmas from PBS, and it does air on CBC sometimes as well. And also, one last movie that's very underrated in my opinion, I just want to add there, Eight Crazy Nights with Adam Sandler. Even though it's not really technically Christmas, there are Christmas elements, but it's still a great underrated holiday movie in my mind nonetheless. Abby St. John, thanks so much.
Thank you.